Welcome back, everybody, for another video. Today I'm going to cover the stocks that I am watching for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. How are stocks going to react to the election? Today we saw another double bottom at the same level we had from last week. Headed into the close last week. We still have this downtrend here. We honored it today with a spike towards this double top around the 11,208 level, but still downtrending. Now tomorrow I do think and I believe there will be a sell-off with not a lot of people wanting to hold things headed into Wednesday, but there are still stocks that are oversold that I'm patiently waiting. We have Neo, which is doing the complete opposite and literally doubled their sales in October. That one hit all-time highs today, around 34, close to 35. Last week's video, I said it was way overbought here, around 31.97, and it pulled back a little bit, still held some support there on 30.47, and now we have FOMO up here around the $35 mark. But on its 4-hour, I mean, it's looking like it could pull back towards EMA around 31 level and still manage to uptrend and possibly break 35. Remember, we're headed. It can also hit $50 because it's that psychological $half whole number at 50. So that's one that I'm going to be actually just waiting for a pullback. I don't think it makes sense for me to chase it up there. We're waiting here for a pullback towards the $19, $18 mark. We never really got that. And we never really got like a decent pullback last week. Apple, and I think they have their event on November 10th, which is possibly a Thursday next week, for their new processing chips for the Mac. Still on the 4-hour. It's not looking good. Still downtrending. You look at the 5-minute, we have that resistance still here on the 115 mark, and we're nowhere near the 115. So be careful if Tesla, if Apple gets close to the $100 mark, because it can set off some stop losses. It can come down to 104, 105, possibly the $98, $97 mark. But like I said, I'm very patient with all of these. Today we had a break-even day of like 12 profit. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to go all in today. I told myself over the weekend I'm possibly going to sit out today and tomorrow. But tomorrow, like I said, I expect things to start selling off and headed towards the lows once again. Today we had a very, very strong open, but I think it was due to a lot of short sales. It was like a short squeeze, and hitting these numbers, these lows once again right now is not good. So even if we sell off tomorrow, you could possibly even scalp some of the stocks that are pulling back. Tesla was one of them today. It was pulling back to around the 394, but I want Tesla to technically be above 400. I want it to be trading above 400 because if you look at it on the 4-hour, it's similar pattern to Apple. It has an uptrend here, higher lows, and then it just cracked down under the SMA and EMA, which is never a good sign. So even if Tesla comes to 416, it's still considered bearish on the 4-hour for me, at least from looking at it early October till now. It's still technically bearish, but it still has that room to run here and decent enough to make a profit. But you have to look at the bigger picture. Or obviously the biggest picture we could look at is the daily in 4 hours. We chase it all the way back to like April, February, still an uptrend. But if you look at the smaller scale, we still have that downtrend line here and still under SMA. So be very careful with this one. Let's look at Twitter, which was another one that I had on my watch list today. Nothing too crazy. I'm still eyeing that dip buy on the 4-hour, lows of 20. We have mid here on 28, and we're closing in around 39. By the way, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check out our free chat room, which is the first thing down below, and I greatly appreciate that, guys. But we're still pulling back around here on 39. It's looking very oversold. I had my finger on the buy button today, but like I said, tomorrow it's gonna be a crazy day. I had my finger at the buy button right around 40, 50. Glad I didn't hit lows today of 38.93. How much lower can we go? Based off the 4-hour, could possibly go 37.50 maybe. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. EMA, SMA, we're under that. Boeing, one that I've been watching as well. The 4-hour, we had that support here on 145, and we had a slight bounce today to 149.59. Watch the 150 resistance. On the 1-hour, we have that cup and handle here forming. So if we could possibly break up past 150, maybe we could reach 155. But I'd love to dip buy this cheaper. I'd love for this to come down, I'd say, under this support level, and could possibly go down to the $125 mark. American Airlines, Delta, I think Spirit's another one, or you could go with your cruise lines, Carnival Cruise Line. Um, Another one that's very cheap, very flat. It had a crazy spike on Friday, hit 1448, but again, the momentum and the volume today just wasn't there. So I'm still watching this one, waiting for this one to pick up some steam. DraftKings, it's another one, still waiting for it to pick up some steam, pick up some volume. These are my oversold potential dip buys. Netflix, one that we were watching the other day, but it had this crazy, ridiculous spike to 513. But look at this, it pulled back and made another low to 472, so that gives us another entry point. But like I said, I'm still waiting. Maybe we could possibly hit sub 472 tomorrow, just like Amazon did. Hit new lows today. It cracked under 3,000. Someone actually brought this one up the other day. I think it was on a comment on YouTube here, but I said watch 3,000. It's going to be a very important level, because once it cracks under 3,000, it can easily start selling off, and it hit 2950. So maybe tomorrow we have a bounce. Who knows? You can't really predict anything for tomorrow, but what I'm saying is we possibly have a sell-off. Facebook was one last one that I was watching, still on a downtrend. If we look at the 4-hour, it's now officially cracked that. It's curling right under the SMA and still under the EMA. So if it collapses, it could possibly come down to 253, the $half mark here at 250. Anything under than that could be possibly 245. After that, we have 230s. So these are going to be levels that I hopefully could possibly get a dip by. But tomorrow, my last hour prediction is between the last hour of market close, we can see a sell-off, just like we saw on Friday. We saw a little spike heading into the close. Why? Short sellers closing their positions, people wanting to hold things over the weekend. So even this week, that could possibly happen. So these are my top stocks that I'm watching. Some airlines. We have a lot of tech. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. One last one I have not checked out today. I think too crazy. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below with what you're trading, your holdings, your positions, your thoughts for tomorrow. And make sure you don't forget to check out the free chat, which is the first thing down below. Just have a Discord account and you're free to go. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a crazy ride. Take care, everybody.